Let's pay homage to the Buddha, fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Remember yesterday talk? Very difficult Monday. Yes? Very difficult.
As you can understand.
How many years did you spend to be uneducated? How many years? You don't know. Please answer. Who knows?
10 years.
10 years. You must include primary school, secondary school, high school, and university. How many years altogether?
16 years.
Yes, at least 15, 16, 17 years we have to spend. Have you ever thought I will spend 3 years practicing meditation? Yes. So, nobody say the time they are attending school, oh, it is too long. Is there anybody who say it is too long to be uneducated? Is there anybody? Nobody. Nobody. Very happy. So one year after another, we all have attended. So we all have attended different schools, different levels, until we became an educated person. According to my teaching experience, what meditators encounter is the time they develop concentration. If someone can develop concentration, he can practice rupa meditation, nama meditation, dependent origination, one step after another, continuously. Those who can successfully develop concentration very quickly, after that, if we practice diligently, within 1.5 years or 2 years, we can successfully finish the course practicing at our Pa-Auk center. Is it too long? No. So that's why the time you are developing concentration depends on your past barley and present effort. It may take long or it may be quick. That's why don't think too difficult. Yesterday, the 28 types of rupa that I introduced all of you, because it is new for many meditators. Because of this reason, it seems to be difficult for you. You know English language? Do you know English?
No.
No. Now you know. That's why you told me no. Or no translation.
Should I?
Yeah, you must translate.
Yes, sir.
How many words do you know?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes and no? Hmm?
Okay.
How many words do you know? English?
Reading.
Not a little bit, more than 100, more than 1,000, I think. Okay, what I want to say is, when we study any language, we have to memorize the vocabulary. Because at that time, we are very interested to study foreign languages. Because of this reason, we try our best to memorize word by word words. Our teacher taught us, this is A, this is B, this is C. After finish A to Z, they started teaching us B-O-Y, boy. And then, after writing B-O-Y equal, what B-O-Y, boy, what is the meaning? Sonyan. And you memorize B-O-Y, boy, Sonyan. B-O-Y, boy, Sonyan. Is it true? Okay? So 28 types of rupa. So the first one is earth element. How do you say earth element? So you must also, so earth element, only you see 28 types of rupa. Not very much. Okay? We have studied, we have learned many things in our life. But everything we have studied, we have learned, we have memorized in our life, it is not for the realization of the truth. Now here, to be able to realize the truth, Buddha said, you must penetrate 28 types of rupa. If we say it is too much, if we say it is difficult, it is not for the benefit of ourselves. So we all should keep interest on these 28 types of materiality for the realization of the truth. Now you all have a list of the 28 types of materiality. So slowly, if you just read every day, once, twice, every day, slowly you will become familiar. But in our Pa-Auk center, those who come and practice meditation, most of the meditators don't know about the Abhidhamma. Before, when they are practicing or before coming to Pa-Auk, they don't know at all. Many they don't know. When you study the teaching of the Buddha, you may see at the Buddha time, a person who renounced the world and ordained bhikkhu. After ordaining, he lived or he stayed with his preceptor for 5 years. For 5 years. At that time, he learned Vinaya, bhikkhu's rules, and he learned what he need to learn, such as Buddha's teachings and other Abhidhamma knowledge they learned at that time. So in the text we see, after 5 years living or staying with the preceptor, he entered the forest to practice meditation. So learning first and practicing later. So in our Pa-Auk center, we teach every day, like you all every day interview with me here in Boeingsa Center. Every day I instruct how to practice. This is teaching. This is the way you learn from the teacher. So, and then you practically go and practice. When you can see nimitta, when your concentration develops, you see the nimitta. At that time, we instruct different way. So this is the way you are learning from the teacher directly to be able to practice meditation. But this is the way taught by the Buddha. What I mean is, it appears in the text and then we instruct all of you again. This is the way you learn, as if you are learning the text. And when you can develop concentration up to 4 jhana, at that time we instruct meditators to start practice 4 elements meditation. So now you see, learning and practicing go together at the same time. So when you can break down small particles, at that time we instruct you, or we instruct meditators. So there are 28 types of materiality. You must practically descend with your light of concentration. Now you see, so it is not heavy load for you. Step by step, you improve. Finally, if you have past parami, enough parami, you see nibbana. Is it not good? That's why don't worry. I heard many are thinking, oh, so difficult, how to practice. So that's why even we spend 16 years, 17 years for our worldly educations, we are heedless to spend enough time for our realization. When we are young, because of our environment, we all understood that we need to educate. Because we have to make our living. That's why it becomes our responsibility to educate, to make our living. Sure, we educate because we want a good job. Because we want a good job, because we want a good salary. But we should consider deeply. However we try in our life, however we make our living, this is just for this present life, between birth and death only. Not for our future happiness. Meditation practice, it is not only for present happiness, but also for the future existences. However, we have collected living things and non-living things. One day, we leave them all behind when we pass away. We know the responsibility of this life, but compared to this present life, between birth and death, compared to this present life and our future existences that are awaiting us, which is long, which is long. our future samsara is very, very long. If we know the responsibility of this life between birth and death, we also should know the responsibility for our future existences. Many, they are just living for this life only. If we think about this present life, we also must think about our future existences. Whatever we do in our daily life, it must be for both present life and future life. For what are people living for?
사람들은 무엇을 위해 삽니까?
Can you answer me? Okay. We need clothes. We need shelter. We need food. We need body health. This is our need. Every day, since morning till night, what are people doing? For what are people doing? People are being busy for clothes, for shelter, for food, and for medicine. Do you agree?
Yes.
So we can say that people are living for their body. Do you agree? People are living for their body. They are not living for their life. After this life, there is new existence. They are trying just for this present body. If we want to live for life, we have to do more. In other words, if we want to live for life, we have more to do than now we are doing. I don't say you are living for body. Now you all are practicing meditation. That's why you all are doing more than other people. You all are preparing for your future. So if we want to improve our life just by living in the world is not enough. If we want real improvement in our life, we need to practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Now, why I am explaining this to all of you is reminding the way of thinking, reminding to change the way of our thinking about life. So because of this reason, even the teaching of the Buddha is deep and profound. If we have developed concentration, Buddha said, you will know, you will see things as they really are. Now here, I see many my disciples who are practicing here, many they see the light. If you spend enough time to develop your concentration, and if you continue practicing to know the truth, I believe at that time you are the one who really do for the benefit of you yourself. Buddha said, all the ordinary people, they are surrounded by many dangers. Do you know what danger? The obvious one is chance to fall to the four states. Do you want to fall to the four states? No. Do you want to really do for the good of you yourself? Are you doing for the good of you yourself really? If you really want to do for the good of you yourself, you must try to prevent you yourself from falling to the four states. To be able to prevent ourselves from falling to the four states, there is no other way just to practice according to the teaching of the Buddha, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Here most of the meditators are already over 30 years. At least. The youngest one here maybe 30 or over 30, the youngest one. Yeah. They have spent 30 years in the worldly. Those who have spent for 30 years by doing worldly affairs or social work, should they not spend 3 years for their realization of the truth? The one who has already lived for 40 years should spend 4 years. So the one who is already now 50 years or 60 years, you must spend 5 years or 6 years. Only then you can say yourself, you are the one who knows how to do for the benefit of yourself. Do you agree with me? Yeah. So after finishing this meditation retreat, you must not go to your monastery. You must go to Pa-Auk. If you go back to your monastery, how can I believe you are the one who knows your benefit?
She didn't say.
She will have to take part in the retreat and outside
In November. Oh, okay. After that.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm very glad if you attend Pa-Auk retreat on November. I will be at that time with Pa-Auk. After that, what you have to do? Now you must decide it.
She would like to invite Devata again.
If you want to invite me, you must also invite all the foreign meditators, those who are practicing Pa-Auk. Only then I can come. Now they are waiting me. So that's why I am telling this, because we have to try, because you all have, most of you have parami, but you need enough time to spend meditation practice. You all need to know the responsibility of your parami. You all appreciate the true Dhamma. This is because of past parami. Is there anybody who want to say, it is so difficult now? Very glad. Okay, this is what we have to spend. This is not. Yes, Buddha Dhamma is deep and profound, but if we spend enough time, if we develop concentration, you can proceed one step after another. Okay, this is encouragement. I will stop my encouragement. I will continue my talk. Are you ready? As soon as meditators can discern the four elements internally in their own body, up to directly knowing and seeing ultimate reality, They are then instructed to move on to discerning the four elements externally. As I have told already yesterday, if you can discern internally your body, externally other person's body, you don't see your body, you don't see their body, you just see everything as the small particles at that time. So at that time, meditators reported me, Bande, everything's become the same. I don't see my body, I don't see others' body. Me and everything become only small particles. Okay, the moment they are able to discern four elements in beings, they see only small particles too. At that time, if you discern this table, if you discern four elements, this table, you just see these small particles only. So when they discern four elements in trees or even in space, they likewise only see small particles. Everything becomes the same. At this point, men, women, trees, and all other conventional forms cease to exist. Everything and everybody becomes and is seen as a group of small particles. This is the attainment of true knowledge. It is the knowledge of knowing that there are really no man or woman. There is just ultimate materiality. But when meditators open their eyes again, what do they see? They once again see men and women, and they suffer for seeing them. What is this? It is because of their defilements. So at that time, I suggest that if you don't want to see men and women, don't open your eyes again. Okay? All the time close your eyes, you will not see men and women. But one thing, very interesting thing, here I want to say all of you. When someone attains arahantship, all the time arahant is seen is only just arising and perishing of ultimate materiality and mentality only. Arahant doesn't see man, Arahant doesn't see woman. He all the time seeing arising and perishing of the ultimate mentality and materiality. If he wants to see man and woman, he needs to change his mind to see the concept. Because of this reason, all the Arahant, they enter, almost all the Arahant, they enter the cessation, where there is no arising and perishing. Cessation, temporary cessation. So, but for ordinary people, those who can see, who can know the ultimate materiality in the form of small particles, if they open their eyes, they see man and woman again. But if they just close their eyes and discern four elements, they see small particles. So at that time, if you keep your eyes closed all the time, it will be better. Otherwise, attachment, craving and clinging will arise and you will take on new karma. The meditator's next step is to analyze the different aspects of mentality up to ultimate mentality. Here I want to say a little bit more. When you are happy, where did you feel happiness? In your brain or in your heart? Yes?
Heart.
Yes. When you feel sad, where did you feel? Yes. That's why Buddha said, mentality arises not in the brain, in the heart. Scientists can't understand this. When meditators can practice ultimate mentality at Pa-Auk, we practically let them test. Please discern mentality in your brain. They will not see mentality, they see just small particles here. Only when they pay attention to their heart, mind, or they see mentality here. So when they are successful in this practice, they directly know and see the mental process arising in a series of mind movements, with consciousness and all the associated mental factors present in each mind movement. A few mental charts. Maybe I will generally explain. So, according to the teaching of the Buddha, mental mind arises in a form of mental process. So mentality arises in a form of mental process. For example, now please look at my finger. My finger becomes mental process now. Each mental process has many mind movements. For example, if you pay attention to the visible objects, practically now you are looking at me. This is visible object. So at that time, mental process arises. Now in your mind, already now many times arising and perishing now. Do you see that mental process now? You don't know.
No.
Yes? You don't know, right? Because you have no concentration. But when you have the concentration, when you have developed concentration, after developing concentration, and if you pay attention to the visible objects, closing your eyes, for example, you see small particles, if you pay attention to the small particles are visible objects. So that, at that time, mental process arises based on your heart-based materiality. But now you don't understand. Now you don't see that mental process. Why don't you see? Because of having no concentration. Many mind movements, one after another, arising and perishing. So I think you may have the chart. Ruparamana, Kala line, Kusala group table. Please look at it. It will be easier for you to understand.
283페이지요.
You see? You see? Yes. Before you are blind, because you don't know what is happening in your mind. Before you are blind, you understand? Because you don't know about your mentality. Today I will make you know how your mentality arises when you look at Urivada. Okay, now you see? Ruparamana Kala line. Kala line means visible object. So now we are going to talk about wholesome group table, Kusala group table. So when you pay attention to the visible object, Kala object, so this mental process arises. So you see many columns. You see? Okay, let Chinjang Sunim try. He may encounter difficulty. It will not be smooth for me too. Okay, let's try.
보시면 여기
Try. Let's try.
My English is
Not poor. The English is good. The time he can do, I will let him try again. Now he will encounter difficulty. It will take a long time. For example, you have practiced ultimate materiality. You know eye sensitivity, eye transparent. When you are going to practice mentality, we see the visible object. Why do we see visible objects? Because of having eye sensitivity. Do you get this meaning? Okay? So when we pay attention to someone, that image struck to the eye transparent. Because of this reason, we see that object. At the same time, that image appears in our mind. So at that time, this Kala line, Kusala mental process arises. Now we draw as a table, but it will not arise like this table, just for you or to understand only. So one column refers to one mind movement. Now please count. First column, second column, third column, fourth column, fifth column. After number 5 column, you see 7x. So it means 7 times. And then 2 Dhararamana, 2x. So 2 plus 7, how many?
9.
9. Before Javana, there are 5 mind movement. 9 plus 5, how many? 14. That 14 mind movement, check visible object. So before these 14 mind movement, there are 3 mind movement. Okay? So altogether, how many? Altogether, how many? 17. Okay? So when we pay attention to any color object, at that time this 17 mind movement arises. So please look at me. This is the first mind movement. After it arises, it perishes. And second mind movement arises. After this mind movement arising, it perishes. Third mind movement arises. And then fourth mind movement, fifth mind movement, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I give an example too long. It is very, very quick. According to the Buddha's teaching, within a finger snap, millions of mind movements can arise and perish. So you can consider how quick they are. But don't consider now, oh so difficult. If you have developed concentration, Buddha said you will know and see. Okay? After that 17 mind movement, there is Bhavinga mind movement. That Bhavinga mind movement is a mind movement that arising continuously the time we sleep. That Bhavinga mind movement take near that moment object. Before this life, we have past life. At the near that moment, for us, we are human, that wholesome object appear. That now this Bhavinga mind movement take that same object. Why meditators can descend to their past life? Because of understanding this mental process. If meditators can't penetrate the ultimate mentality in this way, if they may say it is impossible to descend to their past. It is true for them because they don't develop concentration, they don't know ultimate mentality, they don't understand this process, they don't know Bhavinga, which take the past object. So after Bhavinga, so Manodhara Vijana, another mind movement, and then 7 Javana mind movement, 7 times, and then 2 Dhararamana. So the Sakhu Dwara Viti, idle cognitive process, which arise 70 mind movement, arise only one time. But mind or cognitive process, so which comprise 10 mind movements. You see 2 Dhararamana in the Manodhara Viti. So after 2 Dhararamana, Bhavinga interrupt. After Bhavinga, that's 7 and 10 mind movements arise again. They arise many, many times, one after another. Because of this reason, we can see the visible objects for a long time. Okay? So now you understand intellectually how they arise. In the Visuddhimagga, it is explained. If we want to realize the ultimate mentality, we have thoroughly discern ultimate materiality. What I mean, only after thoroughly discerning ultimate materiality, they can discern ultimate mentality. Why? Our human have 5 khanda. Animals, they have 5 khanda. Deva, they have 5 khanda. So, according to the teaching of the Buddha, in the world, in the realm where there is 5 khanda, mentality arises based on materiality. Because of this reason, to be able to know the mentality, we must first know the ultimate materiality. In the Brahma world, so Arupa Brahma, they have only Nama only. They have no Rupa. Their mentality arises not based on materiality. Because of this reason, then no need to know materiality. That's why as a human, to be able to discern ultimate mentality, we must first thoroughly discern the ultimate materiality. Only when you have developed concentration. Okay? So now this is what you can practically penetrate one day if you practice following the words of the Buddha. So this appears in the Buddha's Dhamma. So when you see the ultimate materiality practically, you agree with Buddha. Because Buddha said the whole world is made up of small particles, whether living beings, whether non-living beings, everything are just small particles. And when you see the mental process, mentality, at that time also you agree with Buddha. Your faith on Buddha becomes very strong. Also you understand the words of the Buddha, there is no man, there is no woman, there is only ultimate mentality and materiality. This is very supreme gift given by the Buddha. Do you want to receive supreme gift given by the Buddha?
Yes.
Don't you want to receive?
Yeah.
If you want, what do you need to do? This time I will not say anything. Okay? Yeah, you must spend the one who is 30 years old 3 years, 40 years old 4 years. I think today I will stop here.
A 50-year-old, she has to spend 5 years.
Yes, he must spend 70 years old bhikkhuni must spend 7 years. Okay? Any questions?
And then, do you see us as a Karapas?
Bhikkhu cannot answer. According to Vinaya. You must try by yourself. Any question?
So, are they Rupa Namara Kalaran? The Panchadwara, Tipu Panchadwara Vajara? There's
Three Maimun.
three Bhavanga.
Do you want to know?
Explain about that?
I will give the name. The first one, Atita
Bhavanga,
Bhavanga.
there's a
First one, Atita Bhavanga. And then Bhavanga.
All three is Bhavanga.
Bhavanga. Atita Bhavanga. Bhavanga Salena. And then Bhavangopic Sila.
And then when we see the visible object, the 17th process is the rising and down.
After that,
Just, and then if I die, and then after 17, 110, 110 change.
when you die at that time, the process change, not this process. Sometimes
no
maybe
17.
not 17. At that time, the mind movement reduced. At that time.
Where is the eye transparent elements in the heart or in here?
In the eye.
In the eye.
In the same way, ear transparent will be in ear, nose transparent will be in nose. If you have developed concentration, you can see this eye sensitivity, small particle, practically, ear sensitivity you can see. One thing, very interesting thing I want to share all of you. So in our Myanmar country, as you know, it is really Buddhist country. There are many scholars. Those who know the Dhamma very well. Before our Pauk appeared, nobody knew that the Abhidhamma that they have done before is for practicing. Since they were very young, they studied Abhidhamma. The teacher, they said themselves also, they don't know that this is for practicing. They think we are now studying the supreme knowledge of the Buddha. One day, the teacher from the Buddhist school, so he practiced meditation in our center. Later, he teach Abhidhamma to those who can successfully practice meditation in our center. Before also, he is the teacher of Abhidhamma. But at that time, he told me, only now I am very happy with my teaching Abhidhamma. Because this is what we can practically experience. Okay? Okay, let's see. Let me try. Ise kondaka wehan hapshida. Do you understand?
Yes.
Idam mi punya asavekaya vaham hotu idam punyam
Idam
nibbanasa pacayo hotu nama punya bagam sabba satanam bhajemi disapi nisamam punya bagam